We're going to talk a little bit tonight about Essanté Organics and the business that's behind the company and really kind of like what we stand for as a company, right? Um, I think that this is a really, really good opportunity right now to get involved and start building this company because people, out the in in the home-based business space are looking and they're looking for something that's ethical and that's and I mean ethical from a label standpoint, from the ethics in in ingredients, in using plants instead of using other things, because um, there's a lot going on in the world today, and a lot of things going on. When I watch, like, just watching, if I watch anything, I got sports on, and when I watch sports, even, for goodness sakes, you can't get through, a golf tournament or a baseball game without seeing 15 different ads, and it's all a bunch of guys that are lawyers. And if you got this issue and that issue and every issue that's going on, you could watch and see 15 commercials like that. And if you were on 8 products, you'd be in eight lawsuits with these guys. But what good is money if you don't have your health? Look, I know that to be really, really, really true. And I had a big, big, huge thing that happened to me where I got misdiagnosed with something that I actually went down and got treated for. So I spent 2 weeks out of the country, got treated, only to come back to find out that it was a mistake, and went through everything. But I did learn one thing, a few things actually, right? My faith got really good, and you know, and it's always been good, but it got way better because that's what you do down there. Um, and more than anything else, I learned that, you know what? Here's one of the biggest research centers in the world, and the whole entire protocol that they have been using to save lives. They save lives at this place was all the Asante Organics product line. So, it just made me stop and think, and really, if it's good enough to be saving lives, don't you think that's good enough for your family? I do. And I'm going to introduce Robert. Want him to speak a little bit tonight. And, it was funny too, because, I think things happen for a reason. And what happened was that um, I got back home and got back on my laptop. And the first thing I did was turn it on. And there was a picture of Robert from 4 or 5 years ago. Come on, how does that happen? I don't even know how that happens. So first thing I see, and then I text him, "Can you talk?" And then he said, "Sure." And we spoke for a couple hours, and what happened was, I'm going to make Connie a co-host, because Connie um, can control anything that needs to be muted out. So we have a nice clean room today. Um, but anyway, you know what? And I think you should all stick around, because after we're done talking to Robert, before I jump in, and before Danny, ends the call, I would like for you guys to hear from some people. I'm just going to randomly pick. Hopefully you guys will give us a little snippet of, your experience with the product line. And I might even be going inside because it's getting a little hot out here. So with that being said, you know, Robert, who I met, and I got to tell you guys something, that Robert is a person that has been extremely, extremely successful in the home-based business space. I mean, wow. And I hope he tells you a little bit about his success. I think that's part of it, because it is a pleasure and it's unbelievable to be doing working side by side with such a unbelievable gentleman that I've known forever. And it's just one of those guys was like, I don't know if he'll even talk to me. Well, now he talks to me. So, Robert, it's your floor. Thank
All
you.
right, buddy. Thanks a lot, Mike. Yes, and when Mike calls, I answer for sure. Today I was talking to a downline member and he called and I throughwayed him into the downline member. I want you to write this down. I'm going to get into some training real quick, and then I'm going to give kind of a synopsis of how you can give a presentation to someone. And we're working on a lot of things right now that everybody in the field can have. But number one, I want you to write this down. I want you to think about a chair in your house as 4 legs to it, the stability of 4 legs. And I want you to write down, and if you want to draw out a little chair on your, a little stick man chair, you want to do that, you can. And on one of the legs, I want you to put management. And on the next leg, I want you to put product/service. And on the third leg, I want you to put compensation. And in the fourth leg, I want you to put you. Okay. So when you're talking to a prospect and you're thinking about how in the world what am I going to say to Jen? Well, Jen, I want to say something different. No, you're in charge. They don't know what you know, and they don't know what they don't know. So I tell my kids all the time, look, I got about 40 years on you. You don't know what you don't know. So why don't you just sit down and listen? You tell a different story each time because you don't have confidence. And you don't have confidence because you haven't signed anybody up yet, you haven't made any money yet, or you made some money and then it went away. And that's commonplace. It happened to me lots of times. The reason why I've been able to make millions of dollars in this business is that I believe that whatever you speak happens, and whatever you focus on happens. And I said to myself, I'm going to find out how to make $1 million a year in network marketing, and I'm going to do it. And so I went on a quest. And at one time I had joined like 10 companies in 6 years. This was back in my 20s, just dumb, just thinking it was, the company, just that it was just the company, or it was just the comp plan, or it was just the product line. And it was just all about me. And so tonight I gave you four reasons. It's 4 legs, the stability of a chair. Now, if you went in right now and you're sitting on a kitchen chair and somebody sawed off one of the legs, you'd probably fall over. And if they sawed off 2 of them, you definitely couldn't get back on it. They sawed off 3 of them, you're just going to throw the chair away or put it in the fireplace. So it takes the 4 elements, the management company. You're looking at Michael and Daniel and also JJ, but these guys have true blue network marketing success of 6 figures plus a month, not a year, but a month. And they've lived that. They know that. They know what the problems are that come with that. They know about the company growing too fast or a company not growing fast enough. They know what happens when you change products or you change the ingredients in the products to meet up with demand. They know about changing the comp plan when all the leaders are just now settling in and making good checks. They know every mistake that's happened because they've seen it happen. Okay, so management is so important. I talked to one of my mentors, God rest his soul, was Rod Cook. And Rod would tell me, he says, Bob, there's only 3 reasons why, and this is me in my 20s. He goes, write this down, okay? I said, all right, I got my pad out. He goes, there's only 3 reasons why a network marketing company closes. He goes, the first one is management. As I'm writing that down, I go, well, that makes sense. And the second one, he goes, is management. And I stopped about halfway through the word and I go, and the third one is, and he goes, management. He goes, companies don't close because of successful distributors. They close because the management's stupid, because they do stupid things, because they've never been there before. They don't know what they're doing. They're jealous of the field. And they stop paying people, or they get into politics, they get into friending everybody, and they do stupid things. He goes, you ever want us to know why? He goes, I've got a drawer full of companies over there. Some of the best products in the world are in garages. It reminds me of that Indiana Jones movie where they took the Ark of the Covenant and they at the very end they put it in a government warehouse where there's all these boxes of all these great things. That could be a network marketing warehouse of all these great products that are sitting in a warehouse because somebody in management did something stupid. So when I looked at coming kind of out of my semi-retirement to come build again, it wasn't just because of a hot product or because of a great pay plan. I go, look, who am I getting in business with? And once I found out who Michael and Daniel and JJ were, I just said, you know what? This is it, because that's the most important element for me. Number 2, products. You can come at our company for 3 to 6 months and quit and go somewhere else. That's great. But here's what you're never going to find. You're not going to find a company that all their products are 100% organic. Never. Anywhere. I've looked. Now, some of them may have some organic ingredients, or some of them may have a product that if you looked at it, maybe it's 3 ingredients and it's all organic. Okay, they've got a 1 or 2, but not the entire product line. And these just aren't me too products. These are products that you use every day. You put in your body and you put on your skin and you brush your mouth with and, shampoo your hair with. As you can see what all the toxins did to my hair with the shampoo. So products is very important. The third one, commissions. I'm going to say the same thing about the commissions I said about the products. You can come here for 3 to 6 months, try to build a little group and leave and go somewhere else. When somebody asks me, Robert, how do I make $1,000 a month in this program with Essanté Organics? And I go, how many people do you want to work with? And then he goes, well, I don't know, maybe 2. And I said, okay, do you believe that you can get 2 people to $500 a month in this program? I go, well, yeah. I go, then you're making $1,000 a month. And all you've done is help 2 people. You got to sponsor 1 on each leg. All right. So you got to have 2 active. So you put 1 on one leg, 1 on the other, work with them, drive down the depth, whatever you want to do with it, place people wherever you want to place them. There's a holding tank. You can get into that with your sponsor, get in your own strategy. Just don't outthink yourself. And you're looking up and you're saying, the answer to everybody's question is, how can I replace my income at work? I need $5,000 a month, Robert. Well, let's get 5 guys or gals that want to run with you that want to make $1,000 a month. And it may take 6 months to a year, but you know what? This time next year, you could be working this business full time. There's never been a better comp plan and a simpler comp plan than with Essanté Organic. So again, you can go away 3 to 6 months, but you're going to be looking around everywhere. Oh, this one's got a 4-tier, matching bonus, 10 here, 15. No, you don't 100%, because you want to put 100% of your efforts into whom? Your team, the people that you personally enrolled. That's what we're supposed to be doing organically anyway, right? We're supposed to be good guys and gals, and I put you in, I'm really going to help you. But most people don't help them because they don't know what they're doing, okay? So the commission plan, very simple. How much money do you want to make per month, and how many people do you want to work with? And then you just do the math. The math is very simple. Fourth one is you. If you know this person, then you make a commitment to them that you're going to help them. And if you don't know the answer, you're going to find the answer out. And you're going to work together. And it's going to be fun. And that's what network marketing is supposed to be all about. I've been in programs where it was just about a single product that came from some mountainous area off in the Pacific Ocean that not even the Chinese know where the island is. It's so remote. And we pounded that. We got people in at $500 and $1,000 a month. Everybody was just 6 or 7 calls a day, bam, 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 slamming people in. People were making big checks, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a month. And then a year later, nobody was on the conference calls. Nobody was on the Zoom calls. Why? Because there was no retention. Nobody stayed around for that single product. The #1 network marketing program in this world, ever since I can remember, has what? They got one product? No, they've got products that you put in and on your body, right? You eat them, swallow them, and you put them on your hands, you put them on your body. Some people call it transfer by. And even they don't have 100% organic everywhere. They don't have 100% matching bonus. But they got good products, and they got good people, and they've got a lot of years on us, right? So we're already, that's the 4 steps: management, product or service, compensation plan, and you. That's all somebody needs to know. And that can take 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes. You spend more than that on the initial contact, you're just going to blow them out of the water. So we'll be coming up with a lot of scripts, a lot of ways to text people, talk to them on social media. You can leave them a voicemail or not leave a voicemail, or how you can call them and talk to them at church or in the parking lot at work or whatever. We got all sorts of scripts and stuff that we can give you and wordsmith it down to where you feel comfortable. You can read it, put your own personality in and do it. But it's all going to come down to these 4 things that I just mentioned tonight. And that should give you enough stability in your own confidence. Gain some confidence that's all you really need to know. Because this business is about retention. And this business, the residual income comes from retention. And retention comes from great products. And we don't have great products. We have the greatest products. Okay. And with all the awards that we have on these products. So there's a solid foundation right here to go out and build a nice, comfortable, solid organization without all the hype and all the drama and all the gnashing of teeth to get somebody somewhere. And if you guys have any questions, you can always reach out to me, and be looking in the next couple of weeks for some stuff from me that will help everybody introduce this to your family and friends, introduce it to social media and so on. So back to you, Michael.
Thank you so much for your time, Robert. Totally appreciate it. And guys, and gals, at the end of the day, I learned something. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much money you got, because if you don't got your health, that money means it's absolutely worthless. I was in that position. I was in that place. I can't tell you how much it, I'll be honest with you, I get PTSD from it, because when you're told something and you're and I'm the organic guy, I'm the toxic free guy, I'm the toxic free Friday guy. Oh my gosh. And I'm out there educating. And then I get back to find out what I went there for. I didn't even have. I was fine, but I went through this this crazy ride in my life, which was very humbling, but it taught me something. And it taught me that, when you, like Robert was talking about the product line, okay? This is stuff you do every single solitary day for life. This is about your life. This is what you have to do. We got products that have been nominated for a Nobel Prize in gut health. We got some of the leading immunoenzymologists in our, that works with us inside of our company. We have Dr. Becky Nitrogen, who's a leading gastroenterologist that is our medical director and doing the calls, on once a week, educating you guys about stuff. And, and these are things that you do everyday necessities, daily essentials, reusable, disposable, I shall say disposable, reusable commodities, consumable. I should throw that in there the way it's supposed to be. Disposable, reusable, consumable commodities, things that you do every single day. And you know what? The nice thing about this company is you can get up in the morning, you can do all your things, no matter how old you are, whether you're a man or a woman, and you're going to get up and you're going to really put ingredients inside of you that nourish and heal the body. And tonight, when you go to bed, put your head on that pillow. One thing that you did that most people out there didn't do, you've went through your day, and the products that you've used are there, have absolutely zero chemicals, 100% chemical free, 100% toxic free, and all certified organic plants. Plants, everything. That's all we do here is plants. We don't make stuff. We just don't make something to make something. We understand looking for the root of the cause of whatever it might be that you're going through. And we do what happened to me. We go right down there like Dr. Payan does, and we go after that root cause. Because when that's gone, everything's gone. Okay. And you know what? We're going to call in somebody. Hopefully she'll speak. And I want you to tell your experience in this company. And I see you in here, Joelle. So if you can, unmute yourself and talk about your experience with Essanté Organics.
Hi, I'll unmute, but I can't do the video right now. My experience with Essanté is a good one. It's I lost a lot of inflammation. I lost a lot of weight. My husband lost a lot of weight. We enjoy the products. They work well for us. The enzymes work well for us, and I couldn't be happier with the results. And and with the company.
Thank you. Thank you. And guys, you know what? Joelle, since she got involved in this company, I've watched her lose close to 100 pounds. Okay. And understand that these products, things that we're taking, are things that our bodies used to do when we were younger. And then we had a lot of energy. We were moving around a lot. And we were all had pretty much really good health. And that's what you have to do in your life. You have to understand that as we get older, a good example, at the age of 35 to 42 years old, you lose 50% of your digestive capabilities. And after the age of 40, every 10 years, you lose 10% more. That isn't something just to know. It's something that you have to replace, or something's going to get you. And then once you get that problem, that might, it could be the thing that'll take you out. And that's the key. When we started with one product, and we sold a ton of it because we were on TV. Good Morning America, The Today Show, Access Hollywood, Entertainment Tonight, Extra TV, The Doctors. We build the gift bags for the celebrities at the Emmys, the Grammys, and all these things. My brother, goes down there and takes pictures with all these folks and hangs out with all these celebrities, and he's done it many, many, many times. So when you're talking about the best research centers in the world that have the highest rate of healing people of some of the worst things in the world, all the way to the celebrities, all the way to to the awards, 14 International Green Peace Awards, having the strongest alkalizing products in the world since 2012, according to the NBC network, getting nominations for, Nobel Prizes in gut health. What do you think that means? And now you can build a business with that. It's your company. It's your company. And guess what? At the end of the day, every compensation plan works exactly the same as far as what's getting, compensated to the people that are in whatever company that might be. But we don't want to, do the crazy things we see in this industry, because those companies don't last, nor have they ever. So we developed something that was a good long-term, something that's going to be a fixed asset in your life, which means it's going to be sustainable, it's going to be residual, it's going to be viable and generational. You can give it off to the kids or the grandkids. And guess what? Danny will talk to you a little bit about timing and where we are with this company, because you'll never, I believe in my life, you'll never have this chance again. And I don't care if you're in your 20s, because this is something that happens only once. And you know what? I'm one more testimony, because I know somebody who's been using the products for quite some time, who's sitting in here in the room, that I have great respect for everybody in the room. But Dr. Kelly, come on now. You can talk a little bit. You've been around for a long time in Essanté Organics. And so the only thing I do know is if somebody's not near the computer, they're not coming on. Oh, Kelly. And now my thing's making noises. I'm sorry about that. All right, well, as long as Kelly's not here, how about Connie? Connie's here. I know Connie's here. She's
I'm here because my video's on. So
Right.
you know I'm here.
Tell us, you've been around a long time.
I have been around, and I absolutely love the products. I love the company. I'm signing up more people this month. We're such a great educational company that people are reaching out to me that I haven't heard from in maybe years, or people are coming to me with questions because of what I'm doing. So it's taken me a little while, but I'm really looking forward to the future with this company, because it's made a difference in my life, my family's life. I just spent some time educating my parents this past weekend of what to do. Like, it really makes a difference what we put in and on our body. And I use the products for my cleaning business. I encourage all of my gals to continue to use these because they're toxic free. And I have some that have allergies and they don't like wearing gloves. And if they use toxic free products, it makes all the difference. So, yeah, we have such a great team of people. I reach out to Michael, Dr. JJ, Becky, like morning, night, and they're there for us. Like, that's really unusual. So, yeah, I love this company. I love everybody here. The community is great. So, I would encourage those of you that are new that this is really a wonderful place to be.
Thank you, Connie. And you said something that really I should have touched on. We are an educational company first. That's what we do. We educate people, and boy, do we educate, and some people, everything and things you shouldn't be looking at and things you shouldn't be using and things like that. We do that. Why? Because we care for you, just like our own family. That's why. And you know what? We got the Essanté Organics Foundation. So by you helping yourself and your family with these products, you're helping other families all over the world. We give so much to different organizations. It should feel good to spend money. And we show you how to get your products for free. And after you're done, we're all done educating, we provide solutions. And then you make decisions. That's how I look at it. Doesn't matter who I talk to, no matter how small, how big, who they are, we give the education out, then we provide the solutions and allow them to make decisions. We'll talk a little bit more. I'm going to hand it over to my brother, Daniel, and he'll talk a little bit about where we are with this company and why I think you guys really, really need to, look hard if you're brand new here and dig your cleats in and really run with this thing. So, Daniel, you're here.
Thank you. So between you and Robert and the ladies, you pretty much covered everything. But if I was to hit on one thing, like Michael said, it's timing and positioning. It's crucial when creating massive wealth. And what I teach people all day long is if you can get involved in a way of life before it becomes a way of life, you're a wealthy individual. So what I mean by timing and positioning, timing meaning everyone that's on this Zoom getting involved with Essanté Organics early and in the beginning, because as you know, in our industry, the masses fall underneath you. And as far as positioning, being positioned with a company that's in front of a way of life before it becomes a way of life, because whether anyone on the Zoom likes it, the world's going green with or without you. So you have two choices. You can sit back and watch the world go green, or you can make a lot of green from it going green. Okay, I'm going to speak about time and positioning in just a different fashion here about paradigm shifts. Very, very rare in people's lives. You'll experience 1 to 2 in a lifetime. The last one any of us could have been involved with was back in 1982. That's how rare they are. Mr. Jobs creates a computer, Mr. Gates creates software, and the internet's born. Now, I don't care in the 80s, if you're first online selling anything, from toothpicks to wristwatches, to baseball caps, to picture frames, you name it. You're a multi-millionaire today. I tell people, go online and open your store selling whatever you like and see if you become a multi-millionaire. And I would say chances are slim to none, because there's thousands of stores all over the world already selling what you're trying to sell, unless you happen to invent or create a new product. Now, Forbes magazine, business journals around the world are calling the green movement the next paradigm shift in life. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. We missed out on the last one. A $400 investment in 1982 in Microsoft stock. I was 18 years old. I could have scratched up $400 if I'd have known that this computer I'm on was going to be a way of life. But a $400 investment in 1982, would you do $37 million today? That's the power of a paradigm shift. A fancy way of saying a product or device once brought to market, 8-10 years down the road, it's a way of life. Because you look at the computer, it's a way of life. I don't know one company in the world still using typewriters anymore. Facts, okay? And same with the world going green. They say approximately 9% of the world's green. If you want to be really generous, 10. Okay? You don't want to get involved in the green movement when the world's 90 or 95% green. All the millionaires have been made, just like all the millionaires have been made on the internet. They're going to be made for the most part. So you're in early in the beginning, in front of a way of life, not Michael or myself or Dr. JJ telling you. You're talking Forbes magazines, business journals around the world telling you the next paradigm shift in life is the green movement, because it's really as simple as A and B, the business. A are all the products currently in your home, in your shower, on your countertops, with hundreds of chemicals, not 2, 3, 10, or 20, but hundreds. And not chemicals linked to skin or eye irritation, but chemicals linked to serious disease and illness, you know, neurotoxicity, Alzheimer's, dementia, liver and kidney problems, reproductive problems in females, cancer. I can go on and on. It's crazy. Well, how can that be, Daniel? Here's how it can be. In 1936, our government granted self-regulation to the personal care industry. Nothing has changed. That sounds shocking, but it's true. Nobody regulates your personal care products. Any of us on here could make a shampoo tomorrow, put whatever chemicals you want in it, and sell it. Well, why would you do that? Or why would they allow that? Why would our government allow that? Because it's one of the largest industries in the world. 9 to 10 trillion a year is what people spend globally on their personal care, because it doesn't matter if you make 10 grand a year, 10 million a year, or anything in between. 9 out of 10 people, rich, poor, in between, they wake up every morning, they stretch, yawn, they get in the shower, and they do their thing. Like Robert said earlier, you know, a lot of companies out there with a magic juice from a certain part of the world that's going to make you feel like you're 20 again. You know, there's magic lotions, potions, patches out there. These are products that people, they're staples in people's homes, products people use every single day. And it's all about educating. Like Michael said a little bit earlier, no selling here, no selling. We just educate people on the products that they buy every single month, use every single day on them and their loved ones. So it's a business that you can truly make a lot of money with your business, but lay your head down and sleep at night really well, knowing that not only you're making a lot of money, but you're truly helping people live healthier lives. Because as far as I'm concerned, the stuff they're selling out there, I call them bottles of poison. You know, I don't care if it's the Suave, Pantene, Johnson & Johnson at the grocery store, pharmacy, or the Paul Mitchell Nexus at the salon. You give me the Paul Mitchell and the Suave, and I'll turn it around and show you the same chemicals linked to serious disease and illness. The only reason you're paying $35 instead of $12 is really good marketing for the Paul Mitchell. It's in a salon. You may like the scent, which is toxic. So with that being said, you know, I think Michael, Robert covered everything fairly well. But the crucial thing truly is timing and positioning. You know, only 9% of the world's green. That is a beautiful thing from a business standpoint for anyone involved in this company. So again, I'm going to say it one more time, and then I hand it back to Mike. If you can get involved in a way of life before it becomes a way of life, you're a wealthy individual. So with that being said, we'll throw it back to Michael, and I thank everyone for being on this Zoom tonight. And if you have any questions, I'm always here to help. My extension at the office is 103. Feel free to call. I'm happy to help with anything. So Michael, you can take it back.
Well, now I'm on the floor. So first I was outside, then I'm in the couch, now I'm on the floor. So good thing we don't have to handle this back, back and forth a few more times. Who knows where I'm going to end up, right? Dr. Kelly, I'm not going to let her get away because, she said to me that she was at her trying to get her unmute button to unmute. So if you're here, there you are.
Hi, Michael.
So your experience, tell us all about it.
Yeah, I have been using the products for a long, long time, right? I guess about 10 years now. And my girls have been using them since they were babies, or I've been using them on them, I guess you would say at that point. But so now they're teenagers, and they are also very interested in the Essanté business now. I'm like, wow, when did my kids get old enough? So they were looking back at old pictures of them as, little toddlers carrying around their shampoo bottles and their B tabs. And they still take, all those things, the reds and the greens and the B tabs. And we still use all of the personal care products. And I'm just so thankful because especially like I've known that how important the products were all these years. And that's why I kept using them, kept telling people about them, even though I wasn't actively building the business. I went back to school, and so I wasn't actively building the business, but I knew it was important to tell people about the products and to use them in my family. So that's what I was doing. And now I have patients who, ask, I tell all of my patients about the products as well. And have people, ordering and getting the products just from talking about them. Sometimes I'll give people the products. If I have an extra shake that I got from a cell and I have somebody start in one of my programs, I'll give it to them. So I believe the products are important. And then when Michael, when you had that experience and you came back and was telling us, I was just like, wow, I was kind of blown away by that, because it's like, yes, I knew they were important, but I don't know, it was just like, to hear that the Cancer Research Hospital is, giving them to everybody, is using them in their protocol, was pretty powerful for me. It was just kind of a full circle moment, I guess you would say. So just very thankful that when you guys went the extra mile to create the company, to keep it going all these years, and excited to see what the future holds with Essanté.
Thank you so much. And you're right. I mean, for me, it was, I think, divine clarity, because, this company, this hospital has been using our products and saving people's lives with this product line since 2012. And I didn't know, right? And all this happens, and I'm like, that's where I got to go, because I knew people that went there and what their results were and stuff like that. I got my leg up, so that's why I got sit on the floor. But I went through all that, and I think I went through all that because it was a message from above to say, look what's going on here, and now we got the people in place. And again, like, something that Kelly said, this was the last time we had a Great Green event was in 2019, because of the situation with a cold that went around that everybody got all worked up about, right? But but what happened was we were at that event, and these young kids were walking by, and they said, I just said, "Hey, Mike Winiger," and I turned around, they're saying, "We want to thank you, Mr. Winiger, for giving us such a great opportunity for our lives to make, change people's lives with and things like that." And I'm looking at these kids, I'm like, they're like 20. How'd that happen? And then I found out, I walked up to them later to talk, and they'd go, "Yeah, we've been using the kids pops and the B tabs and everything for 10 years." So they've been like, they grew up on this stuff. And now they're out there promoting this stuff. That should be really powerful, because we do got kids in this company doing really, really well. And that means everybody can do well. All you got to do is, like Robert was saying, just apply yourself. And this isn't, you don't have to convince somebody. This is not a convincing company. You don't have to convince somebody to take a shower. You don't have to convince somebody to brush their teeth or wear deodorant and things. If you're convincing anybody like that, that's not even, you're probably not hanging around a guy like that, because it's hard to breathe, and these are things that we do every single day. And then when you get in, if anybody ever got into a predicament and they end up getting down to CMN, you're giving away everything you brought in that door. And you know what you're getting? The whole entire Essanté Organics product line. It was unbelievable. It was such a humbling experience. And, and that's that. So, and I'm going to leave you with this, because this is really important to what the doctor said to me. He goes, "Look, at the end of the day, okay, we have to think about our lives. So tonight, when you sit down tonight, before you go to bed, maybe you say your prayers, whatever it is, you sit down and you think about one thing. What did I put inside of myself? Because we live in here. I don't live in here. I live in here. Okay. This is my temple. Okay. So you're going to put bad fluids and bad things in a car. Your car ain't going to last long if you do that. So why would you do it inside your own body? And what did you put on top of yourself? Okay. Those are the two things they said. It's the only two things we got to worry about. What we put inside, what we put outside, because our skin is a living, breathing organ. And you know what? And here's the thing. Here's what they said. At the end of the day, either no matter how small or how large, whatever it is you did, you either did one of two things. You're participating in your life or you're participating in your death. And it's just that simple. And you get to make the choice. Okay. You have to hold yourself responsible for your own health. I'm going to tell you what, if you ever get that horrible, horrible thing, that call that I got, you run as fast as you can to that place, because that's what you do. You don't think of nothing at that point. It's great. I can't tell you. I got it. I know what it means, to get that call. And I didn't even have the situation. But then to come back and hear that you didn't have it, that creates a whole new other set of feelings, because I went through a bunch of surgeries and stuff like that. And that's okay. Because you know what I learned? I learned they're saving lives with the Essanté Organics product line. And you got a belt, right? A belt. It's a tool belt. Can't go build a house with a hammer and nails. Okay. But the absolute biggest tool on the belt is the nutrition line, is nutrition and what you're putting on top of yourself. That comes straight from down there when I was there. Okay. That's what it is. So you got to think about that, you guys. And you know what? What better way of actually having a business, like Danny said, where you're poised in front of a way of life before it comes to a way of life. Most of us will never get, you're lucky if you get that once in your life, twice in your life, sometimes, but once is good. But you know what? Now you have that. So when I saw what happened after I got back and how many people came out of retirement to take this thing into a multi-billion-dollar level, and not because I'm making up numbers, because that's what they did. I got these people that came from a certain company that took that thing from 19 million to $1 billion in 5 years, and they're here full time. I tell you what, that's powerful. And you know what? I'm going to let somebody. I'm going to call on somebody just because he is one of those guys who became a multimillionaire in this industry. And so I just pull names out of the hat, right? So John Macker, why don't you end our call here for me tonight, would you?
Well, my takeaway from the last couple of calls actually is, first I want to share just a short little story with you about the products, because there's a lot of talk about how good the products are on tonight's call. And my mother-in-law was diagnosed with life-changing disease, or life-ending disease, I should say, about 1.5 years ago. And right away I called Michael, and then we made another phone call and brought somebody on the line that was very knowledgeable in this category. And we put my wife's mother on a protocol with the sprout sterols and the greens. And she chose not to do one of the procedures that the doctor was recommending. And 6 months later, my wife got a phone call and she hung up the phone, and a tear came down her eye, and she had gotten a little bit choked up. And she said, "My mom doesn't have it anymore." And that when you can make that kind of an impact on somebody's life and, prolong their life for however much longer, and you're doing it the right way without harsh treatments that kill everything, then you're in the right place. And as far as the business goes and taking this to the world, I mean, Michael, with your recent story, you know, down there at that hospital, I mean, that just solidifies the deal, you know, for me. And, you know, my takeaway from the last couple of calls, and Robert, I just want to say, you know, thanks for your time and your experience in this industry. And you've really dropped some really good nuggets on how you do the old school marketing with the postcards with a picture of you and the products, and the chair example. You need 4 legs, and you know, that those are some great nuggets, and I appreciate your training on that stuff. But Michael has 30, you know, for a new person that's on the line right now, Michael has 30 to 40 years in this industry. Danny has 30 to 40 years in this industry. JJ has 30 to 40 years in this industry and is a great presenter and a great speaker. I mean, why would he be here? Why would he be here? Robert has 30 to 40 years experience in this industry. I have 30 plus years in this industry, and I've been with a few different companies, and I've made a few $1 million with one in particular, and I'm here. And so if you're a new person, you have to factor that in. That's over 150 years of experience in this company to help teach you and mentor you and guide you and, you know, talk to your people. And, you know, I love that everybody is willing to help, and it doesn't matter if, you know, you're cross line, sideline, whatever, you know, everybody wants to share their story, and everybody wants to participate and help you succeed, not only in the business, but, you know, becoming healthy and clean. And, I mean, Robert hit the nail on the head. You have the 4 pillars in this company, and you have the leadership and the management to help you win in your health and ultimately in your wealth. And so, you know, that's my takeaway from the last couple of calls. And Michael, I appreciate you bringing me on.
Thank you so much, and thank you for everybody who participated and everybody who's here tonight. You know, when I hear these stories, you know, I tear up, and I do. And, you know, I've I've been through a lot in the last 2 months, but what I was able to experience was unbelievable. And to have, you know, people like, you know, these people that got results like Joelle and Connie and everybody that's on here, and having Dr. Kelly, who's been in our company forever, you know, speak tonight, and having, you know, Robert as a keynote speaker, and John as well. I mean, you know, these guys mean a lot to me because I've been around them my whole life, and we've not like known each other, you know, like we've known of each other. That's the key. We've known of each other because we've all came from different places, but now to be together. And, you know, I just hope when we when we end this call here shortly, that you really heard everything from myself, my brother, and everybody who spoke, and you put all these things into place. And then, you know what? I have a challenge for you. Go show me one company that's got this kind of stuff going on in it. Doesn't exist. I've been around 40 years in this industry, and I've not seen it. And it doesn't, because you know what? We care more about a person and a person's health. And then the side effect is the money. That the good money, the real good money, that'll never, ever, ever go away. And I can guarantee that. You know how I can guarantee that? Because in 2019, these kids that were only 8 years old are now working the business, and they're 18 and 20 now. Okay. Why? Because their parents grew them up on this stuff. And when you get grown up on these things and they're that good, that's a bold statement. That's huge. And you know what? You're going to see a lot of other things coming out. We just, I don't even know if I can say this, but I'm going to, because it happened today, and I hope I'm not taking somebody's thunder away. But, you know, we just launched a brand new, unbelievable promotion. So if you've been on auto ship for 3 months now in a row, this just came in today, and I don't even know. I haven't read my messages. Maybe I'm going to get, you know, I'm going to get myself chewed out maybe this week because I'm saying this. But if you're on auto ship 3 months in a row, you're going to get every 3 months. So it's going to be 3 months all the time, right? You get a coupon. Guess what that coupon allows you to do? Buy any product in this company half price. Half price. Okay, like a little reward, half price, give it away to somebody. Or maybe you like to shake. That's a really good thing. And to get that for 30 bucks, I'll tell you what, that's a good deal. That's awesome. So, you know what? We just keep thinking in what ways and how we can help people. And that's what it's all about. I thank you for being here tonight. Thank everybody for speaking. And I want to say, thank you for all the blessed, testimonials. And I know this was a little smaller crowd tonight only because of, Labor Day weekend and everybody's probably passed out and everything like that. And people are going home. Dr. Becky had some company, but join us on Thursday night. We're going to talk about, you know, results. We're going to talk about how the body works and things like that. We do that once a week. So God bless you. God bless your families. God bless your businesses. And if you need any of us, reach out to us. All, like John was saying, all this experience you guys have. John's been in the company for quite a bit of some time here now. So guess what? He's always available. You're talking guys like Robert Blackman, $1.7 million in a year in a product company. Come on, that's huge. Okay, you got to know what you're doing to do that type of thing. John as well, and everybody else in here. It doesn't matter what you make, and what matters is that you're here and you're sharing something that's life-saving to somebody. So you know what? I'll see you again. We'll see you again on Thursday night. Y'all have a wonderful evening. God bless you all, and watch my posts. You'll be seeing lots of good stuff online as well. Have a blessed day, blessed evening, everybody. Take care.